Hello, hello. Hey there, I should say. My name is Emily A. Hay, and welcome to this webinar that we are hosting with Shayla Jimenez of the Miami Moms. We will get into intros here in a second, and I will happily share my screen. Just want everyone to know, feel free to mute, unmute, throw questions in chat as we get going. But today's webinar is, as you can see, how to work flexibly as a social media manager. So our host today, Shayla, welcome and thank you for being with us today.
My pleasure.
Shayla, we got to know you through the Local Moms Network. Tell us a little bit about the Miami Moms.
So the Miami Moms is a resource page for parents that where they can find local events or doctors around the area or anything they would need in the Miami area.
Amazing. And how long have you been a Miami resident?
Oh, since I was 5 years old.
Oh. So you're the local go-to expert. Obviously, you know Miami like the back of your hand. And I'll also say you are an expert in work-life integration. You've been involved with a digital business for some time. Again, Hey There Social Media, our company got connected with the Local Moms Network, a national organization, but you in particular with your work through the Miami Moms. So again, thank you for hopping on this webinar today, which the whole goal for anyone that is listening to the recording or here with us live today, the whole goal is to just open your eyes to what the heck we're talking about when we say working flexibly as a social media manager. So if you're seeing our screen, there are a number of team members here from Hey There Social Media. Again, I'm Emily A. Hay, and Kelly, I'd love to bounce to you to just welcome everyone, please. Oh, Kelly's muted.
Sorry, kids are home for the summer, so just in case, All right. Hey, everybody. I'm Kelly Robinson. I'm in the Detroit area. I'm a mom of 4, ranging from 6 to 16, first grade through high school. And I so appreciate the opportunity to have a career and be able to do that flexibly because I prioritize my 4 kids and their incredibly busy schedule first. I'm a former educator and I've been in sales for 12 years. And I have just seen the need for being able to still be able to work and have a career, a fulfilling career that I love, that I can provide for my family, but be able to do it completely on my own terms. So glad you guys are all here.
Amazing. Thanks, Kelly. Allie, we'd love to hear a bit from you.
Yes. Hi, everybody. My name is Allison Spitzer, and I am with Hey There and Emily and Kelly. And we're just happy to be here to be able to talk about one solution to a universal issue, which is how to be a mom and also have a professional identity that's fulfilling, that allows you to earn income while you're doing all of the other things that you juggle as moms and professionals. So we're happy to be here to talk about what we do at Hey There with you today.
Thanks, Allie. And again, Shayla, thank you for bringing this webinar to your audience. We do have people from not just the Miami area that are listening to this. So we're grateful to work with, again, the Local Moms Network National, but you in particular in Miami. And please chime in should you have anything to add, but we're going to jump right into the content here for today's webinar and just let you all know that we will talk about what the social media industry is looking like today. We are post-pandemic, we know that, and there is a whole future of work. There is the flexibility that we not only want, but quite frankly need. We will talk about this industry with regards to the skills that you need to be a social media manager. And then the next thing is really how to get into this line of work. So social media isn't new. We'll talk about that, but it can be a little bit confusing of, okay, so I'm ready to go, but how do I possibly get into this? And there's no clearer way to learn than by seeing real life examples. One of our most common questions is, okay, now I picture myself in this line of work. What can I earn? So stick around, even if you are muted and multitasking, listening, we will certainly address the burning question of what one can earn doing social media as a freelance job. And then we'll cover some ways to help you. So here we go with, I want anyone on this webinar here to just think a little bit about this problem. Allie mentioned it's such a universal problem of women in particular that need that flexibility, people with caregiving demands. There's all sorts of individuals that have professional skills and want fulfillment, but let's face it, corporate America doesn't provide a conducive environment for everybody. So we just talk a lot about women that are ranging from 25 to 55 years of age that are saying, I really would like a better way to achieve work-life integration. One of the ways Hey There Social Media delivers that way to be a work-life integrator is by working as a freelance social media manager. So this slide here, it's got a lot of info on it, I know, but it's to just solidify that social media is not going away. We know that by now, but you're also not too late to social media. Because as you can see, 91% of businesses have social media accounts, and small to medium, even large businesses are still just struggling in this area. The other main point from this slide is you are coming into freelance at a great time because freelance is mainstream. So we hear from a lot of women that say, well, freelance, like photographers or writers, well, freelance is simply a way to work. And if you have a skill set that you manage your own clients or do projects on the side, you are a freelancer, you are a small business owner, you are an entrepreneur. So whichever noun you want to give yourself, just know that freelance is mainstream in the sense businesses understand that we work for ourselves and it provides you that flexibility, but it also is something that people need to learn. You can't go to school for freelance, and there really aren't even internships in freelance. Allie and I wrote a lot about this for Fast Company. And so if you are just kind of scratching your head about, well, how do I get into this? That is a very normal situation. So going a little bit deeper into what exactly does this mean? Become a social media manager. Okay. So as I just talked about, the common etiquette is that businesses will hire you. So they can contract with you as an independent contractor. Some businesses may choose to bring people on as employees, so maybe part-time, certainly full-time, but we're generally speaking today about being an independent contractor. So like I said, small to medium-sized businesses outsource their social media marketing to you as a social media manager. You get to work for yourself. I threw out some of those nouns: consultant, entrepreneur, small business owner, but as a freelancer, you are working for yourself, so you get to decide your schedule. So the wide range of services, we talk to so many women that say, okay, social media, like posting and responding to DMs, those are absolutely parts of being a social media manager, but there are so many other services that you can offer as a social media manager. And the neat part about it is you can really play to your own skill set. So what I mean by that is if you find yourself really comfortable giving advice or giving direction, you can be a social media trainer. You can deliver social media coaching services. Businesses will often need advice to go implement on their own. So that's just one example of you can do this work. You can offer this service for businesses, or you can decide to advise businesses how to do this for themselves. That really goes into the many avenues to work. And I will just clarify that we talk a lot about social media being truly flexible work. We learned from COVID that you can send people into their home office with a laptop and call it working flexibly, but it's not always the case if you are stuck at your desk from 9 to 5 and are really unable to decide what time you do your work. Social media gives you many avenues to completely have flexible work. All right, our next slide here. So the social media industry I talked about, of course, is still growing, booming, and you're not too late for it. So it is actually one of the top in-demand freelance skills. So whether you look at global sites like Upwork or you read into data about the future of work, digital marketing in general is a very in-demand skill set with social media as a very in-demand specialty. I just talked about flexible work. So not only can you decide when to do it, but we all live by our devices, right? So it doesn't matter if you are in the car line or if you're at the beach or something in between, you can get your work done on the go. Ramping up or down, this is particularly relevant to moms or people with caregiving responsibilities. So during the course of a year, there are just certain seasons of the year that you are busier. And so with your client load, by doing this work, you can decide to take on more projects as you have more time. Or if you say, right now for my family, it's a very busy time and I'm not going to take on anything new and I'll just limit my work to the 1 or 2 projects that I have. So completely up to you to ramp up or down in this space. And then setting your own rates. I talked about how we will cover what you can earn doing this work, but as a freelance professional, you are setting your own rates. There's pros and cons to everything. It can be quite confusing of what to charge. Again, you don't necessarily learn freelance as a profession, right out of high school, but it's something that you can learn best practices. And that's one of the things that we personally at Hey There Social Media have spent so much time doing. And that's seeing, what rates work, what to charge, how much time to spend. But again, you are in control of what you charge as a freelance professional. We'll talk a bit about how to know if this is a good fit. So just a couple of points based on our conversations. Kelly, I know you talk with women all the time, and it's so easy for us women to count ourselves out and say, well, I'm just not qualified. We're here to tell you that if you are on this webinar, if you are listening to this recording, you are already qualified. If you consider yourself any of these 3 categories, so we'll start with creative. So many people talk about social media as their creative outlet. So if you find yourself, loving to make graphic design work, or just putting together images on Canva, if you are visually creative, if you like to write, don't need to be a published author, but if you are someone who likes to put together clear content that is written form, totally qualified to do this work. So if you're social media savvy, if you use social media personally, you are qualified. Because again, social media is learnable, it's constantly evolving. And as long as you have what we say, a working knowledge of social media, your skills are in demand and you are valuable to businesses that simply don't have the time to do their own social media marketing. I talked a bit about being a clear communicator. So whether you like to write, or if you have a background, customer service, if you've worked in sales, you don't have to have corporate experience. You may have worked, we have women that have gone through, they've worked customer service in dental practices. We've had women that have done sales jobs at all phases of their careers. And it's something that is, like I said, very learnable. And you bring a lot of skills to this work. And believe it or not, you are probably a better fit than you are giving yourself credit for. These next slides here, I'll show you just again about some real life examples of women that are doing this work. So this screenshot is a little focus group of social media managers that Hey There has particularly trained. And these are women that have possibly resume gaps. So again, if you take a full-time role managing your home, taking care of your family, you may end up with what's referred to as that resume gap. But that is something that can be quickly closed by being a freelance social media manager. As you can see, a lot of industries, you don't have to come from a marketing background or have a degree in PR. So many industries can bring their expertise and you can learn social media. Also, so many different family configurations, whether you're single, married, if you travel, if you are a military spouse, we have women from that community. It's just that truly flexible work that I talked about. So a lot of women find this is a great fit for them. Kelly, I'm happy we have you live, but I also have your lovely face here. Just as we're talking about this slide, I'd love for you to share a bit. Maybe anyone would like to read through this and identify with parts of these stories, but please, we'd love to hear from you about your experience in this space.
Sure thing. Yeah, it's definitely been such an exciting adventure. I was so thrilled when I found Hey There a couple of years ago because I had been doing sales and I had, been juggling my family and doing a lot of things, but I just felt like it was the right time for me to explore a more regular career, a professional career. My daughter was going to kindergarten. I needed to get back into full-time work, but I absolutely had to drive the bus as far as what my schedule looked like. And beyond just that, just my ability to earn an income that I was really, striving for. And then being able to kind of capitalize on my experience that I've had through the years, and then kind of build back into kind of my education, my experience. And what's really cool is I actually get to meet so many of the women that come through our program, and that then become social media freelancers, and connect with all of them. And we all come from such diverse backgrounds, and so it just really it has been so neat to see how many different types of women from different type of career backgrounds, life experience, and things that are able to kind of, take our training and do all kinds of exciting things with it. For me, I just really have, it resonated with me so much when I knew that I could take, like I said, my background and my experience, but kind of mix that with some of the things that I know I'm good at, or I know I like I wanted to have the outlet for my creativity and writing, and I love connecting people and supporting businesses. And so I just wasn't equipped to do that on a professional level for other clients until I was trained to how to do all that. So of course I've been using social media forever, and I just didn't know all the true nuanced ins and outs about all of it until I actually was trained on how to do it. So then I felt really equipped. And my favorite part, which we'll talk about more, is that we do have an amazing supportive community. So not only did I have the training, then I followed that up with our supportive community. So then I felt truly empowered to actually start, client work.
Thank you, Kelly. Not only not only have you learned this work, you do this work, you share your experience with the community of women also doing this work. So thanks. So here again, who doesn't love a good day in the life snapshot? So you're looking at Kimberly. She's on the East Coast, and she's someone who, as you read her quote, not only was she brand new when she gave us this quote about being 9 months into this new career, it's been a couple of years now for Kimberly, and she's just thriving as an independent social media manager. Some of the things she gets to do, and any of us on a daily basis, is really, as I said, use this as a creative outlet. So letting your wheels turn, whether it's visually or storytelling, just being able to bring that creativity that a lot of times we don't get to use when we're doing all the things we need to do managing our family's life. As a community manager, so doing interactive work and networking on behalf of your clients, you are helping businesses. And if you look to have clients in your local area, it can be extra fulfilling because you're living right where those businesses are. But that certainly doesn't limit you, because businesses all over the country can have people working in any different location to help them make connections and network with their customers. And this third section, just again, there's so much room for growth. That's one thing. Careers get stagnant, but social media is always changing, and the value that you bring to your clients is always new and different. So we have never seen this not happen, where a woman says, gosh, I never even realized that was another thing I could do, or another service I could offer. Okay, thank you so much, ladies. I know you're on and you're listening. And again, we welcome multitasking. We are at the slide where we're just going to talk a little bit about earning potential. Again, as I tee this up, we are talking about this within the context of being an independent contractor. Allie, I know you spend a lot of time talking with women about this. So is there anything you'd like to start with on this slide?
So I'd start by saying, I wish there was a clear one-word response in terms of how much can I make doing this? But the beauty in not having a one-word answer is that you can earn as much as you need or want with this skill set. And if you only have time for 10 hours a week or 15 hours a week, you can really look at it by a client, size, and kind of do the math that way. So if you have, let's say, a smaller client, maybe a minimum monthly service of $750, and then one larger client for $1,500. So there you've got, over $2,000 a month just from a small client and a larger client. Now, if you wanted to have 5 large clients, then of course you can do the math yourself, but the numbers are all here for you just in terms of ranges and averages. And then of course, anyone can Google what is the average annual salary for a social media manager, and that'll place you somewhere between, the mid 50s to the mid 70s. But certainly I wouldn't take those 100% as the only answers with an earning cap. It is completely up to you. We have women who have been through the program who have decided to do it as a side hustle in addition to something they're already doing, women who have decided to do this full time, women who have gone back into a corporate setting with a new skill set. So it really is an opportunity to make it what you need it to be for your unique situation.
Thank you so much, Allie. We do talk about that a lot, how we wish there was a one answer on this, but ultimately sky is the limit.
One other quick thing is
Oh.
that it's great to be able to set the goals for what, you know, if you have something you really need to work towards financially as a family, it's great to actually set that in motion and be able to decide. You don't normally get to just decide that you want to make more money. And that's actually incredible to be able to say, I really need to hustle and make a bunch of money for this goal, the short-term goal for my family. And it's really empowering to know that we could just get another client and earn more, which is great. And then you can ebb and flow. So if you feel like during the summer you need to be with your kids more, like I do, you don't have to take on like all the work. But once fall hits, like I'll be hitting the ground running again. So
Thank you, Kelly. Yes, your message is so impactful. I know I've jumped slides here, but that just the real life application of being able to earn more based on ramping up or ramping down. It's so powerful.
And the beauty is too, that from like my background in corporate and retail, there is a huge demand for this work to be done by a credible, professional person. And it's really, this can be there's an ocean of self-proclaimed social medias in the universe right now, but to be able to have the credentials to go with it, portfolio to prove it, it goes a long way. So you can go out there and prospect for these businesses who badly need this skill set to help their businesses grow.
Thank you, Allie. Yes, I certainly get so excited talking about it from our perspective, but to always hear from you about businesses are just needing what we offer and are looking for reliable professionals to be able to do this. Okay, well, ladies, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, anyone who is listening to our webinar here, our recording. We have this in front of you to just show you that there's no perfect time for anything, right? We can talk ourselves out of, oh, I'll wait, or now's not a good time, or I really don't think I can make this work to learn a new skill set. It may be the perfect time when everything is imperfect. So as you can see here, our life kind of gets sucked up very quickly with kids, and then everything else. Where are we? Where is our professional fulfillment? But consider the fact that if you are listening to this, you are here, there is something inside of you that's simply curious. And we certainly encourage you to keep pursuing that curiosity and learning more. I talked about the flexibility and fulfillment. Hey, that was my main goal when I went into a freelance career path over a decade ago. I said, I don't really care what I'm doing as long as I can do it flexibly and I can use my skills to be professionally fulfilled. Now, all things aligned, and it worked out that it was in a social media, in-demand marketing industry. But if you just say, I'm looking for something flexible and I want to be fulfilled, it's a great option. And we talked extensively about how this certainly can be learned, but as Allie mentioned, it's a very versatile skill set that we've seen women that have learned this take and apply to not only their own client roster, but go into a more part-time or full-time employment situation. Okay, so I am watching our time and we want to at least give you some option. I've talked a little bit here about, this training or women that go through our program. Ultimately, we want anyone that's interested to be able to get the knowledge and the skills that they need to make this a viable career path for themselves. So what you are looking at is the Hey There Social Media Core training. So our company offers one primary training program. We call it core training, and everything in this wheel or this pie, as you're looking at, it breaks down the various topics that our core training covers. So I'll give you the highlights since, like I said, this is a really busy slide, but we have a tuition-based program. We have a promo code with Shayla. Thank you so much. The Miami moms are offering $250 off the tuition. As you can see, the tuition also has payment plans, and we have a lending partner if that's something you're curious about pursuing. But with this training, you are going to enroll in 6 weeks of flexible learning. If this is flexible work, you should be able to learn it flexibly. So we meet live on Zoom. We have recorded modules for you to catch if you can't make it live. There is a variety of ways that you can consume this training. And one of the most exciting parts we have with this training is you will leave with a proof of completion NFT. So an NFT is a Web3, a new like technology, but it's a digital certificate. And this certificate is something that you can put on your LinkedIn and your licenses and certifications and show that you have advanced your skills in this area. And that's yours. That lives with you as long as you keep this skill set in your brain. And after the original 6-week training, we have what Kelly mentioned a little bit about the ongoing support. So the second half of this very busy slide talks about our monthly support system. We call it the Insiders membership. And not only is it optional and cancelable, it's something that for $99 a month, you have business building opportunities, you can access your on-demand recordings, and you have access to us. So we love working with women every day. We are humble and at least proud to be able to share our experience with you, but we know that you have to have that communication with us ongoing. So that's one of the ways that we offer it. Now, as I wrap up, so this next slide here is just going to give you, so if any of this has sparked an interest or you're just saying, okay, now I've learned a little bit more about what this industry is like and what a social media manager does, but what does this look like for me? We're here to have a conversation. It all started with, like I said, a collaboration with the local moms, and then we got to meet Shayla and we got to train so many women in that community with this skill set, but it all started with a conversation. So as you can see here, our website does have the ability to schedule a call. You can just use Calendly and schedule your call. If you're in your jammies on your phone and you want to head to our website and schedule that call at your convenience, we are here, we are available. And like I said, the whole point of the call is we want to talk more about you and hear about what skills you are curious about putting to use. And I have here this promo code of Shayla's. We will just make sure that you get all the goods, get all the discounts that could possibly apply should you decide this is a fit. And off to the very right here, you can see, Shayla, thank you so much for having a link to Hey There in your Instagram profile. So ongoing, if you're watching this and then the rest of the week it's busy or you don't have a minute right now, you can always head to the Miami Moms Instagram handle and be able to visit our site from there. So Allie, Kelly, anything else as we just wrap up? This QR code will take you right to our site. Again, thank you to Shayla for helping us get the word out about something that you did authentically in an industry that you work in and have so much knowledge about. And also, if I can say that we get to benefit as very busy professional moms. Everyone feels set?
Yes.
Great.
Kayla, thank you so much for your time. And hope that people are able to watch this and get some great information for solutions to what's next for them.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
I love that. Thank you so much for your time, Shayla. Thanks, Kelly. Thanks, Allie. And again, Shayla, I know anyone can DM you, but we are here at Hey There to field any questions. And really, thanks for walking the walk of work-life integration, Shayla. Have a good one.
All right. Bye, guys.